quite informal, and it was very, very interactive. Everyone got a chance to say what they wanted to say, and everyone was very, very close knit. It was really good.
Yeah, and I thought the games were good to like get conversations going and just like a different aspect to discussions.
Yeah, I felt it was really interesting because when you first look at it online in like 10 weeks, you're like, oh god, that's going to drag. But it went super quick, like it really went quick, and then it was like over. So I think it's a lot more, when you first sit, it's like, I'll do it, but then it's super interesting once you get into it.
Yeah.
Because it keeps your interest because of like the games and things as well.
Yeah, and I liked it covered a lot of different topics, which I thought was good because there's a lot of things that you wouldn't necessarily think of when you think of reducing your carbon footprint.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you buy stuff that's been made abroad, it uses up a lot of water, but you never really think to look at where it's been made in terms of water use. Like you might think of the shipping and stuff, but there's a lot more aspects to everything.
You know, when you do it like in lectures, it's always the science part and what actually occurs and different points of view and very, very globally looked at. And this was more very, very personally looking at how you can change it and the different aspects of what you can actually do. And that
it's
was
like a local viewpoint,
yeah.
isn't it? Well, I think that with Calm Conversations, it tackles a lot of problems that are for everyday people. So regardless of what your background is, like food always affects everyone.
It also looks at things differently than what you would have originally thought, like putting a foil sheet behind your radiator to help reduce heat loss, or plastic coating sheets over your windows. You don't really think about that when you think of reducing your carbon footprint. You think, I'll walk or I'll bike somewhere instead of taking the car or the tram, or I'll do something that doesn't take as much carbon, but you're still using carbon. So it's just a bit looking at things at a different point of view. It seems a bit more personal, because before you always knew what was happening and you always knew as a person you can change it, but it's the way that we look at it in any kind of society. You always focus on the global aspects rather than the individual aspects, and this focus mainly on the individual, so it kind of makes it more personal.
Yeah, I feel like before it I felt like climate change was such a big issue that it's really hard for individuals to make a difference, just because when you think of how much pollution is going into the atmosphere and everything, it's really daunting to think that you as an individual could help reduce it. But I think with things like Carbon Conversations, if everyone tried to reduce their carbon footprint, then it would make a difference. Like as a community, people reduced it, then it's a lot bigger impact.
I can't say it really changed. I think because I was already quite into the similar things already, that it didn't really change me as much. It more like just made me more determined, I'd say. It just kind of reminded me, because sometimes if you've been doing it for years you forget why you're actually doing it, you just do it. So it kind of just reminded me why you do it.
It's definitely become easier to interact with people in a group setting.
I think it helps with employment just on the fact you've done something. Like, people always ask what it is. They're like, what's that? So you've got something to talk about, and it shows you doing stuff on your own, that you do it without people making you do it, which is always a good thing in employment. So I like to know you do stuff volunteering, don't they? So.
I'm switching things off the plug more often than I used to. When I go downstairs, I always turn the light off, and my brother's girlfriend is going nuts at me because I keep turning the light off. It's like, why are you coming back up in 5 minutes? Why are you turning the light off? Turn the light off.
I think my biggest change is I've reduced my meat intake a lot. Like, because before I was quite a big meat eater, so I'd eat meat probably every day. But now I'm making sure that every other day I don't eat meat, and I think it's reduced my food bills quite a lot as well. So then I can buy better. When I do buy meat, it's nicer because it's better quality, which is good.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I think it would be really good if, like we were saying before, if not just environmental students did it, because I think when people see it, they might have just thought, oh, this is just for environmental people, but because it is just about daily life and not just about, well, it's about reducing your carbon footprint, but it's also like improving your lifestyle because you have lower bills and you're healthier. So I think it's just overall well-being. People would enjoy it and not just think, oh, it's just purely carbon, because there's so much different topics that everyone would be interested.